Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty crazy things going on all throughout today, where we are actually seeing the original creator of the PlayStation console itself now going and calling out Xbox and calling out Facebook and calling out all these other various cryptocurrency, NFT, Metaverse, all these types of weird virtual reality locations, and basically going and calling them a scam. And it's actually kind of been heating up too as well, because as you guys probably know, there's been a really big back and forth when it comes to NFTs into gaming and how it's going to be possible, if it's not possible, if you can even go do it, is it worth the money, is it all a scam, etc., which I think a lot of you guys would probably collectively agree is a little bit leaning towards a little bit more towards the scam, if anything. But it's always kind of been crazy to go and see like these OG figureheads of these consoles going now and speaking out and basically making fun of it and calling down, like laying down the law. But at the same time, we are still seeing more progress and development, especially from Facebook and even Microsoft and Xbox themselves. So it's kind of one of those very intriguing controversies. So before we fully dive in the video, make sure you guys leave your comments and thoughts down below of what you guys think about the whole NFT kind of blow up. If you guys think it's a scam, if you guys think it's just a random trend, if you think it'll be staying here for the future, if you guys support it, if you guys dislike it, leave your comments and thoughts down below. And as well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for our brand new PS5 giveaway, which will be hopefully ending soon. We have these Samsung SSDs, which I keep on highly recommending. They are actually literally on sale right now, the best SSD that I actually have on my PS5 itself. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you get a bunch of free stock and free money, and same with that Coinbase. So let's go and dive on in to the video itself. So really quickly, I want to more so explain what this metaverse is and what this whole idea and concept is in a very rough terms, because we're basically gonna make fun of it. And well, you kind of need to know what you're going to be making fun of first and foremost. So I'm just going to show you guys a few little casual pictures over here up on Google. And this is kind of the rough idea of like the Facebook Metaverse. It's kind of like a VR / cryptocurrency / NFT type style thing. Or just imagine like you're in a quote unquote Metaverse. I'm going to make this really blunt. If you guys want to just elaborate more in the comments, you guys totally can. Like imagine you're in like a huge, massive online virtual plot and you're a business, say you're a Walgreens, you're a Walmart or whatever. You could essentially go and make a little room where you can either go do, say, projects, you want to do interviews, you want to go and highlight stuff, you want to go and sell products, you want to go have an online store. And essentially with all of that, you're able to go and then either utilize it and maybe do online sales, work it through NFTs, work it through like pretty much anything. There's a few different other types of cryptocurrencies, like I think like Decentraland and stuff like that are in ties with gaming when it comes to like just pretty much everything. I'm doing it really bluntly just so you guys know, because there's a few different crypto projects and a few different other various things that are all kind of tied together. Now, I'm sure for anyone who's just a normal individual hearing this, you're probably thinking, what on earth is this like weird Ready Player One type BS that's going on over here? And this is actually like a thing people are investing to, and it kind of is. If you guys always hear about NFTs and other various things, there are people that are spending millions of dollars into various projects, into Facebook, like basically meta land, and it's kind of going crazy as of now. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it weird, some of it ugly. And I think we can lean towards a little bit towards ugly, because we don't really want to have more microtransactions in terms of developers themselves being able to actually go and utilize this stuff and make it cross game. Very impossible, especially as you're using different types of like coding engines. It's just all around, all over the place. And basically Facebook is very sketchy and very weird. But the big thing is this, when it comes to the metaverse, is that we are even having now big figureheads and even the maker himself of PlayStation calling out the metaverse and basically saying it's pretty much pointless. And I think I'd probably, in all honesty, kind of agree with him. So let's go talk about it, hear what he has to go and say, and go from there. So the very like kind of key points, or like, very small points over here. The PlayStation inventor Ken Kutaragi told Bloomberg he's not impressed with the metaverse. He can't see the point of literally doing it. And also he added that VR and AR headsets are just simply annoying. So at least for the last one, I can kind of see like I myself have used my Vive, and I'm kind of excited for PSVR 2, so I might be somewhat disagreeing on that one, but it's very intriguing. So the man himself who invented the PlayStation is not impressed by the metaverse. Ken Kutaragi, a former Sony executive who is sometimes known as the father of PlayStation, said in an interview recently with Bloomberg that he just doesn't see much value in the metaverse. Being in the real world is very important, which is, I think, is whenever someone drops that when in terms of like a VR or online gaming, the very first learning thing you go and say is literally being in the real world is important. That kind of goes and makes their stance something pretty well known over there. But the metaverse is about making quasi-real in the virtual world. I just can't see the point of doing it. You would rather be a polished avatar instead of just your real self. that's essentially no different from an anonymous message board sites, he added. The metaverse is a term borrowed from science fiction, which refers to a future version of the internet accessed through immersive technologies such as VR and AR too as well. And I want to agree on that. So it's kind of like a good rough idea. If you want to go maybe make this picture even bigger as I keep on showing you guys this would be like you have a random, like you have your character, it kind of looks like you're in a virtual meeting, you know, maybe you just can't go to work or whatever, and you're essentially in like your own company's, say, metaverse, VR setup, and it's kind of like allowing you to be hands-on and in person without literally being hands-on and in person at the same time. Like, it is kind of a little of a weird thing of where the future is kind of going. I'm kind of in the same boat as the PlayStation nice little Inventor, where I'm kind of more in the line of I like to be in person. You know, I like the physical aspect. Maybe I'm a little bit old school. I'm not that old. I'm only 27, but I like the idea of being able to go be physically in a room or physically in a boardroom. You can kind of see people's revives and like expressions, and you can kind of get the flow of conversation a little bit better. So with this, he also said that VR and AR headsets associated with the metaverse technology are a sticking point. Headsets would isolate you from the real world, and I can't agree with that. He also said that headsets are just simply annoying, which I'm also in the same boat too as well. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of when it comes to things, you know, like headsets. If you guys actually played VR, after around 2 to 3 hours, you kind of feel over it. You kind of get a headache. You have like a random heavy equipment on you. Now, in the future, if it's a little bit more on like maybe like the streamlined, less heavy, a little bit more chill, maybe better with like hand and like body motions, I can maybe see that being a really good vibe and kind of something cool. But the one big struggle with this is, number one, we're not there yet, and number two, the amount of money that people are printing when it comes to this type of like NFT and metaverse and Decentraland type style things is almost crazy. Like, we're seeing literally people spending millions of dollars on virtual plots to be able to go potentially hold up virtual meetings, and at the end of the day, at this current point of technology, we don't know if it's gonna be something that we care about in the future, or we don't also necessarily know if it's gonna be like just something that kind of falls flat. And it was a really weird trend that we all remember 10 years from now being like, hey, remember when we hung out with like Brian over in like our random Facebook metaverse for like a week because we had to because of the, you know, the pandemic? Like, I'm sure you guys could probably go and see that entire situation going on and hacking out here as well. And this is kind of crazy too, because Meta, formerly Facebook, has been basically, you know, trying to push all these types of things for quite some time. And then Microsoft, which has just been big news throughout these past few weeks, especially with the Activision acquisition as well. It's basically just the big competitor when it comes to Sony. Even said that this week that it'll be focusing on building metaverse platforms with his acquisition of Activision. It's so hard to say, acquisition of Activision. So it's kind of like that weird side thing where we're seeing all the Xbox folks out there. They're like, hey, we see the potential. Let's go put some money in this. Let's try to go make some lands. Let's maybe try to sell some games. Let's try to go work in Game Pass somehow on the Facebook metaverse. And then we have folks over at PlayStation that are essentially being like, well, this is weird. Like, this is strange. Like, this is not something we want to be a part of. So this is why I'm always kind of curious to see what you guys go and think, because I'm sure some folks are like, yeah, I'm down with cryptocurrency. I like Bitcoin, I like Ethereum, even though the markets have definitely been not too good as of recently. And on the reverse side, some people are like, yeah, this is all just a bunch of hooey and no one even knows and cares about it. Now, of course, as well, he is not the only person in the industry to basically be a little bit skeptical on this, which I am kind of rightfully so with that. We even had the Evernote founder, Phil Lebon, said in an interview that the hype surrounding metaverse tech reminds him of the communistic propaganda that he was exposed to when he was growing up in the Soviet Union when he was younger. So which is kind of funny. So overall, it's been kind of an intriguing thing to note, because we're seeing some of these old figureheads of PlayStation and gaming coming out and kind of somewhat being apprehensive of this essentially happening. And once again, I can definitely see some good merits and I can see some good things when it comes to all these products. I can see the idea of having more NFTs and having more like proper, you own this certain item in a certain game and you can maybe move this over to other games. The concept is there, the idea is there, but it just stinks because the actual development of that is very, very hard to go implement, because you can't go have a Fortnite into League of Legends and use the same abilities. It's on a different engine. It's on a different, like, it doesn't flow where you have to worry about the balancing of the game itself, especially for multiplayer. And unless everything's all on the collective same home page, you cannot utilize all of this stuff. To the point where I almost makes me want to make a rant video on NFTs and gaming, because there's a lot more negatives than I'm seeing positives. Although I'm not fully against it, and there's definitely a few positives out there, It's kind of crazy to go and see that we're seeing some companies like Xbox supporting it and some companies like PlayStation being pretty against it. So give me all of your thoughts and comments down below, and as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Brand new Samsung SSDs are on sale, link down below in case you guys want to pick them on up. Amazon links as well for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money, same with that Coinbase too as well. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. We'll go and dive into some more videos all throughout the next few days. Love you guys.